Hi, this is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life, and this is the reading for the first part of March 2019 for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So, for those people who are Aries folks, then this reading is for you. I did pre-select these cards because I'd done another video and something happened, it cut off. So, the cards were selected, they're pre-selected, but this is the deal. So, anyway, for those of you who are not familiar with the spread that I use, I do a medicine wheel spread. It's based on Native American teachings and Native American the Native American medicine wheel. And the Native American medicine wheel is just that. It's for healing. It's for healing purpose. So, configuring the cards in the position of the medicine wheel helps us to be able to see where we are in different aspects of life. So you can see yourself, you can see your center, and then you can see what's on all four sides of yourself, and that just kind of gives you a real circumspect view of what's going on right now. So this is for those people who are born under the sign of Aries. So at the center, you have go the distance. And so going the distance, of course, is about finishing what it is that you started. So if you started something, particularly if you started something in the last new moon period, or even if you set some goals for yourself in the last full moon period, it's saying that that you want to complete that cycle. You want to complete it all the way to the end, even if it's difficult, even if it's hard, even if it seems like there's no end in sight. There's an importance centered around finishing what it is that you set out to do in the beginning. Okay? There's some lessons to be learned there. So in the South, which is the place where we have lessons, the South position on the medicine wheel represents the place of childhood. So the place of childhood is where we are absorbing and learning new information, where that aspect of ourselves that is open and ready to receive and ready to hear, or ready to, take in new information, that position is poised. So that is like you're on the precipice of change. You're sitting right there waiting to go to the next step. You're ready to listen. You're ready to learn. And that is exciting. That is new for you. So some of you may be getting ready to go back to school, or some of you may be taking on a new project. It could be something new that you're learning about in relationship to the other project. Again, we're talking about going the distance. So if it's something that you've already been doing that you need to continue to do, and you're trying to reach the fruition of that, then what you're learning right now is to be ready to listen, be ready to learn, be in a position to take in whatever it is that you need to take in, whether it be, some advice someone has to give you about something that you're doing at work. It could also be any kind of advisement, any kind of teaching or advisement in any way could be good material for you right now to learn from. So in the West, which is what we call the looks behind place, when you look behind, when you look in the back of you, it's like all of your experiences, everything that you've learned so far, every place you've been, every person you've encountered, everything you've ever learned before now. It's really just the sum total of your experiences, and it can also reach even further back into the experiences of your ancestors and of your parents, because that's all considered a part of the collective experience of all of us. There is chopped wood, but it's in reverse. Now, the wisdom of the oracle suggests that when a card comes in reverse, that we take a look at the protection message. So I will read that protection message for you. And while I'm looking for that, I'll just say in general, the card is about doing the work that needs to be done. So again, when we're talking about going the distance on something, it's like, yeah, there's still some work to be done. There may still be some work for you to do, but it doesn't mean that you haven't already put in a lot of time. It looks like you have. You've put in a lot of time, but there may be some other things that need to be done as well. Okay, so I am at the chop wood. The protection message is, are you an armchair astronaut? Do you dream of wealth and fame, big ideas, inventions, or desires with a capital D? The appearance of this card is a sign that you might be devoting far too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. You have to get out of the chair to make things happen. You actually have to do something. Start with a small task. Remember, the big dream becomes reality only after you have begun to take incremental steps. Mythologist Joseph Campbell once said, take one step toward the gods and they will take 10 steps toward you. All right, Aries. So if you find that you're kind of leaning back and not being active in the participation of seeing your dream be realized, then this message is saying don't throw away all the hard work you've already put in by lazing out now. Now is not the time. The time now is to continue. The time now is to go the distance. And part of that is to not just talk about it, but to be about it. Okay? In the north in the medicine wheel is our wisdom place. Usually it represents the place of our elders. This represents after we have had our experience in the West, after we've gotten through childhood in the South and had some of the experiences of the West. Now we're in the North, and in the North is where we talk about our wisdom, what we have gained and what we have learned through the process. And in this one, it's about the fork in the road. So what you are learning now, what you are gaining wisdom around, is being at this crossroads where you have something that has to be finished and you need to carry it out. And I'll say again, Aries people are starters. They're the people who get us started. They ignite the fire. They have great ideas. They get us all going. But sometimes finishing a project or completing something is a little more difficult. So what you have learned so far, the place that you have gained a fair amount of knowledge and wisdom, is about being at this place, being at this precipice. There again, we say you're poised, you're learning about that. So when you're poised and ready to go versus you're actually putting the wheels in motion and then getting yourself on the other side of that threshold, that's where you are right now. The fork in the road is, you got to make a move. You got to make a decision. When you get to this place, it's almost like just pick one. Just pick one and keep going. But I'm not getting the feeling that this is about, like pick something and do it. I think what I'm experiencing is, hold on just a second. I don't even know if I can hold on. Okay, we'll let it ring. Sorry about that. What I'm getting about this fork in the road is that in actuality, it's learning about where when you end up at that fork within yourself. When you look at your situation and you say, well, I started this, but I never seem to finish it. I start, but I never seem to finish it. It's like that's that fork in the road inside yourself that you have to get past. So you're not really making an actual physical choice, like I've got to leave this thing and go to another. No, you're at an internal fork, if there's a such thing. I'm really getting that. So in the east position is what we have to look forward to. This represents our the place of enlightenment. Like, okay, so I've gone through all these processes, and now this is what I'm looking forward to. This is what I'm learning. This is what the outcome is, or this is what the experience will be at the end. And you have the treasure. So Treasure Island is there. So in general, Aries, I'm going to say for sure, for certain, it is all about how you are handling this project. If it's a project, I feel like it's a project. I feel like it's some kind of project. Even if it's a personal project, it's still a project, and you got to see it that way. Whatever the goal was, whatever the intention is, you have to make a decision about that. That's the wise man's choice. Make a decision about it. If you feel like this is dead, it's over, can't finish it, it's not to be done, then you make that decision, finish well, and then get what you get out of it. Take the treasure from it. Take the lesson from it, the experience from it. But I'm definitely getting that. You know, you're ready. You're ready to take in this lesson that you're experiencing right now. But you're still kind of like, well, you might want to take the easy way out, and there really isn't that for you right now. It's no such thing. We're not going down that road. All right, so we're just going to get a few clarifying cards here. It's kind of clear, to be honest with you. All right, so we have the Nine of Chalices. Nine of Chalices, Five of Wands, the Lovers in reverse, Temperance, and Seven of Cups in reverse. All right, so in the center position, we have the Nine of Chalices. Nine of Chalices is always the good luck card. It's like, it's the smorgasbord of experience. It's like looking at where you are right now and seeing the blessing in the distance, like being able to see where you're headed. And that's in the go the distance position. It's in the center position. So it's you can see it. You can see the finish line. So if you can see the finish line, then why not go get to it, right? And the south position, where we have the Poise card, we have the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is like let's see. Okay, so in the Five of Wands, what I'm seeing is that people are waiting for you. Yeah, people are waiting for you. They're kind of sitting back waiting to see if you're going to pull it off. Yeah. They're sitting back and they're waiting for you. I don't know if you could. This is the Thousand Nights, and it's really, really small, so I don't even know if you can actually see it. But yeah, there's somebody, and they're sitting back and they're waiting for you to do this thing. And some people are sitting back waiting because they want to talk about you, or, they want to see if you can really do it. Yeah, she said or he said they were going to do this, that, and that. But are they really going to do it, and that kind of thing. That's that haterism. I am not talking about that. But in addition to that, there are people who really are. They're honestly, sincerely waiting to see how it's going to turn out. And when they see how you perform and what you do, you never know where it can lead. So definitely getting that there. All right, in the West, we're getting the Lovers in reverse. All right, that's in the same place where you're like, oh, well, I don't really know if I feel like doing this or not. That's when you start to give up. That's kind of been your habit. I'm getting that that's the habit. That's like the mental habit that you have going on. You get right to the point where it's like really, really good to you. And it's really getting ready to get good to you. But then that's also the point where you want to quit and you want to give up and let go. So yeah, that's where the undoing happens. So if you've been trying different things, Aries, and it hasn't been working out, it's probably because you get right to the point where it's time for it to take off, and that's when you want to just like give up and say, well, I'm done. I'm tired, and I don't feel like keeping on. I don't feel like keeping on, but it's saying go the distance. Like, don't stop. But yeah, that's where the undoing happens. So if you're wondering about that, that's the reason why. Yeah, you gotta keep at it. You gotta keep your hand in it some kind of way. All right, fork in the road. Where you have the fork in the road, we have the Temperance card. Temperance is about balancing the energies, balancing the forces within yourself, taking what you have and what seems to not be there for you, and somehow or another make it work anyway. So that's what that is. That's what that is. Yeah, I get that you're going to make great strides. I'm getting that you're going to make great leaps and great strides if you do it. I'm getting it here, and I'm also getting it here, Aries. I'm getting it here. I'm getting it in that. There's some great strides to be made. It's like you're making leaps. You're making these huge leaps, and everybody's just on the precipice. They're poised, waiting for you to come with it. All right, Treasure Island. We have the Seven of Chalices in reverse. Yeah. So if you manage this, if you manage this well, and if you manage yourself well, if you manage your mind well, it's the mind over the matter. So like when you get to that point, like where does this say in the oracle? Let me go back and read that to you. 42. The appearance of this card is a sign that you're devoting far too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. You got to get out of the chair and make it happen. You have to do things. Start with a small task. So if there's some little small tasks, or if there's menial tasks, little details, you never underestimate the mundane. Never underestimate the mundane tasks of what you're doing. That mundane stuff is really almost acts as like a metronome. It keeps the music flowing. It keeps everybody in rhythm. So like, don't knock it, you know. And I think that you'll learn a lot about that. I think you'll get a lot from that. Don't fear it. Don't fear what's coming. That's what I'm getting from the Seven of Chalices. Like, there is something new coming there. You are going to be making these leaps and bounds, and it's going to be something that comes to you. It's going to seem strange. It's going to seem different. You're going to be like, I'm not sure if this is really what's supposed to be happening right now. Not in a bad way, a good way. Like, it's just, sometimes it's what we're accustomed to is what we get used to, and then that's what we're looking for. But in this case, the treasure that's coming is probably going to be something that you're not expecting, or it's going to be something that you didn't know, like you didn't have information about. Like, it's a surprise. It could be a big surprise, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see. I want to get another clarifying card on the Seven of Cups. Clarify me on the Seven of Cups, please. What do we have here? Okay, yes, this is about being patient and waiting for the opportunity to present itself. That's what it is. This is, yeah, that the something is coming. It may be something that you're not quite used to, or you might not have expected it, or it may not come in the package you were expecting it to come in, but to be patient and wait for that. To be patient and wait for the outcome. Be gentle with yourself. All right, Aries people, I think that's it. I feel really good about that. Keep your head up, keep going. Keep your nose to the grindstone and your shoulder to the wheel. When you feel like it's not going anywhere, you feel like you're stuck, just know that you're not stuck. Take those little mundane tasks that are related to the goal that you're trying to accomplish and do those little things. They do count. They definitely do count. All right, so Aries, if you all would like your own personal reading, medicine wheel reading, you can reach out to me at info@wooingnature.life. I will be back again in the end part of March, I believe it is, and I can share with you some other information and some things that will help to keep you moving and growing and going. We do provide other services as well, so if you want to check us out, we're at wooingnature.life. As always, I hope you have a great March. I hope you have a great coming into the springtime period, and I also hope you have a wonderful life. Take care.